this is your fucking sign to take that leap of faith, because y'all, I fucking did it. I fucking did it. I took that leap of faith and I did it. And I had the most beautiful experience leading me to doing that. And I'm going to explain it to you, right? Because I wrote it down in my toe reading journal, okay? I wrote it down. All right, so literally what led me to taking that action finally was I decided, I literally just immediately got the feeling that I needed to get up and talk with my fire toe. You know, when we do toe readings, it's really essential, honestly, to talk with your toes, to hold them and talk with them. That is one of the ways that we release the past, release whatever is holding inside of our toes, because you can literally see anger and resentment and frustration inside of your toes, because they will literally swell up. They will get red. It will show on your toes. So literally for me, it's actually a little bit swollen. So I was like, okay, there's some anger here. There's some anger here. So we have to talk about this. I grabbed my Venusian Foot Oil that I created, okay? Like, my Venusian Foot Oil, okay? Oh my gosh. There's a reason why, okay, when I created Lunarblissed, first of all, I actually never thought that I would be using my own products, like, in a way where it was going to help me, like, heal as well. I created it for my sister, right? Because she was dealing with an autoimmune disease, and I wanted to find a way to combat her symptoms. Successful, by the way. So that's why I created Lunarblissed, and I never expected that I was going to be using it for my own healing or in conjunction with energy healing modalities, you know? So back to it, I grabbed my Venusian Foot Oil. I stepped outside. I grabbed my soft blanket. I grabbed my toe reading journal, obviously, so that I can go ahead and write things down afterwards. And I just took myself out there. And immediately when I walked out, I just knelt down and rested upon one knee and just began this moving prayer and intention over the Venusian Foot Oil. I held it tightly in my hands and just kind of infused it with that energy. I did not expect that coming out of me. I did not plan it. I just spoke from the heart about what this intention was for. And let me actually break it down to you why I chose to use this Venusian Foot Oil for the fire, to anoint the fire action toe. Right? So I actually wrote this down so I wouldn't forget. But okay, so the fire toe is actually connected to the heart chakra, right? I explained that. But also my Venusian Foot Oil is connected to the planet Venus, right? It's also connected to the Kundalini rising up within us. Now, one thing about the Kundalini energy is that, yes, it rises from the root chakra, but first and foremost, it rises from our feet. So it rises up from that, and we can actually go ahead and activate that Kundalini rising energy, that divine feminine healing energy, which is something that I knew I needed now at this time, right? Again, with it being connected to Venus, Venus also represents and rules over self-love, the self-worth, our relationship to ourself, as much as it is with others, right? It represents that, but it also represents, that was it. Okay, and then when we anoint our feet, one of the things that is very important, it's when we anoint our feet, when we dress our feet, when we oil or massage our feet, that's actually Jupiterian. It's connected to the planet of Jupiter. The thing about the planet of Jupiter is it's connected to expansion, good luck, and growth. Okay, so this was something that I knew that I needed now at this time, because I wanted to know that I could take myself beyond that. One of the things with the fire toe is it can really show if we don't believe that something good can happen for us. You know, if we're not taking action because we don't believe that something good is going to come from it, you know. So with that Jupiterian energy, I wanted it to really remind me that yes, that good thing can happen from this. Yes, I can take this action, and only good and only positive can come from it. Why? Because I literally create my own reality, and it's my assumption that rules over my reality. So I had to break that down because that was important. So I grabbed that. Once I actually finished praying over the oil, I set it down. I set my soft blanket down so that I can really, it's important to just have soft things around you, especially when you're doing a toe reading. Pillows, blankets, whatever it is that you need around you, it's important to just, have that. Maybe you need to grab some crystals. I just needed myself at that moment. It was just me and my toes, okay, my oil. That's all I needed. So I grabbed that, and I just immediately I was going based off of what I was hearing within, what I was, just like my inner guidance. And so I heard to anoint my toes first this time. Usually when I'm doing anointing the toes, I kind of say my affirmations. I do everything. I speak with my toes first and foremost before I even anoint them. It's kind of like a closing thing for me to do. Like, now that I've said this intention and everything, let me go ahead and anoint the toes. But the thing was, I had already set an intentional prayer with this, so it was like anoint the toes first this time. So I went ahead and anointed the toes, and it ended up leaking onto my relationship toe, which is the fourth toe, also known as the water toe. It's connected to the water element, but it's connected to our relationships with ourselves and our relationships with others. On the left side, it's connected to our relationship with ourselves. So it ended up leaking onto that, and I was like, this is perfect, because this is me healing this relationship with myself, with the trust within myself. And when I was thinking that, I heard to just go ahead and anoint the rest of my toes, because I was going to fully step into this destined path for me. I was going to fully step into what my soul had set out for me to do. So I ended up going ahead and anointing the other ones and just rubbing everything in. And then I held my fire toe in a way where I was also holding my communication toe, my second toe, as well as my hands were just kind of touching my the rest of my toes, basically, right, to just make sure that they were touching them. And I just began just speaking. What came out was basically an apology to myself. It was an apology to myself for all of the times that I did not show up for myself and instead showed up for others. It was all the times in which I did not do something that I said that I was going to do, or I fell short on a promise that I said that I was going to keep to myself. I had to apologize for all of those things. It just came out. And what also came out was a lot of anger. Because my, toes were pretty swollen, a lot of anger was released. There was so much that I was angry about. And it wasn't necessarily that I was angry at myself, but more so just angry period, at how I had been creating things for myself, but still trying to hold that grace for myself as well, and hold that space for me as well. So I did that, And when I felt that I was done, I heard and felt that I needed to go ahead and walk forward in my path. I heard to step forward first with my left foot. And so I took some deep breaths, and I just sat there for a minute, just holding my feet. My foot, actually. And then when I was ready, I stood up and I walked forward with my left foot first. And I did that 3 times before just looking up at the sky, the expansive sky, knowing that things are expansive and expanding for me. And I just breathed, just in the moment, just felt truly in the moment. And it was then that I received my bird confirmations, because I've been seeing a lot of birds as confirmation that spirit is with me, that things are coming into fruition, and just, it means so many things for me, to be honest. That was such a beautiful experience. But it was because I did that I just felt so much energy, honestly. I felt revitalized. I felt like I could finally take on all the obstacles, and I felt powerful. I could literally feel my power, and I stepped forward in that, and I just went in and I did the damn thing. When I'm ready, you guys will know what I did, but I did the damn thing. Y'all just have to know that I did the damn thing. I will show y'all later, but I did the damn thing. And I am so amazed. Just so amazed, so happy, so blessed, and so grateful for this moment. Thank you for listening.